Where are you from in Canada? Oh, me too.
So thank you for coming in Greece and to Corinth to attend the screening and present your film in the British International Film Festival. Did you write the script?
Yes, I wrote it. Yep.
It is your first short film?
No, it's not my first short film.
That means that?
Oh, well, I've done a number of films. 3 of my own short films, and then my last film was a feature film, a documentary, and I produced and mentor-directed about 46 short films with first-time filmmakers. So, no, not my first time at the rodeo.
Okay, so this script, it's a personal experience you had?
You know,
how you got this inspiration?
Everybody thinks it's a personal story. There's only one element of the story that is true, and that is that my mother had a mastectomy. So she had breast cancer, so she had her breast removed. And I was young when she had that, and I remember the impact that had on me. And that's the only biographical element to this story. The film was actually inspired by a motel. I don't know if you have them here, but they were built in the 1950s and 60s with the advent of motor vehicle travel. So people would drive across the country, and then they would pull into these motels, and they would sleep there, and then they would get in their car, and then they would drive away and go somewhere else. So I kept driving by this motel for like 17 years. And I often asked myself, what story could I tell out of one room that takes place over the course of one day in this one-star motel? And so I thought about it, then I thought of the character, Beatrice, and then I thought, well, why does this woman go back to this motel? And then I thought about the flashback sequence, her relationship with her mother, and she's been diagnosed with the same thing. And in the beginning, her mother says, don't be a smartass, this could be you someday. And it is her someday. So the woman she's calling on the phone in the motel is actually her mother, her aging mother. So no, it's not biographical. Oh, the only other element is that when I'm not with my husband anymore, and we went to a marriage counselor, and the marriage counselor did say, put $1 in each other's jar when you do something to piss the other off. And we went home, and he put $20 in my jar. That's true. That's true, Corinth.
So how difficult it is to write the script, direct, and act at the same time? I think you're a professional actress. Or
Yes, I'm a professional actress back home. You know, I don't have to be in all of my films, but this film, I felt like I needed to be Beatrice. And I knew her because I wrote her, and it wasn't difficult at all. Actually, I worked with an all-female crew. So
congratulations.
Thank you. I shot on film the flashback sequence, which also takes place over the course of one day. And I shot that on a Super 16 Bolex camera. So I don't know if any of you know, but a Bolex camera, you have to wind it every 30 seconds. So that's why the dialogue is really trimmed and tight, because I knew I didn't have a lot of time with the little girl, her first time acting actually. So I don't know if I answered your question. I didn't find it difficult. My first film was 40 minutes and I was in it as well.
And you wrote the script too?
And I wrote the script and I produced it. The same. Actually, the girl that plays my daughter in the film was in my first film with my daughter when she was just 6 years old. Maybe 8. But she's all grown up now. She's a filmmaker and an actress and a model.
Congratulations. Family business.
Yes.
But when did you shoot the film? Which year?
2023, and I finished it in 2024. I shot over 2 seasons, winter and...
Ναι, πέρυσι το 23 τη γύρισε και τελείωσε το 24 και τη γύρισε σε 2 εποχές, χειμώνα,
winter and spring.
Και την άνοιξη.
Actually, it was really the end of summer, August,
Τέλος καλοκαιριού.
September in Canada. Thank you.
How many days did you shoot in winter and how many days did you shoot?
2 days each.
2 days each.
2 days.
2 μέρες κάθε φορά ήταν το γύρισμα. And how many days was the rehearsals with the actors?
No rehearsals.
Oh, bravo.
No.
Δεν έκανε καθόλου πρόβες. One shot directly?
I took, like with the little girl, because it was her first time acting and I was shooting film, I used, rehearsed on set with a C300, which is it's not analog, it's a digital camera, and I put vintage lenses on it. So it would look like the period, just in case, because I only had like 5 rolls of real film. So I did rehearse with her in a way using the digital camera, and also the actual Polaroid camera. I collect Polaroid cameras, so if anybody has any Polaroid cameras kicking around you don't use, I'm the girl to give it to. So that camera is a vintage 1973. It was the first Polaroid camera, and that little girl actually shot that photograph in real time of her mother coming out with her and the scar on her chest.
Αν κατάλαβα καλά, έκανε πρόβα μόνο με την νεαρή ηθοποιό. Επειδή γύρισε την ταινία σε φιλμ, δεν ήθελε να χαλάσει, δεν είχε την πολυτέλεια να χαλάσει το φιλμ, αλλά έκανε γύρισμα με την μικρή, γύρισμα ασφαλείας, ας πούμε, με την Polaroid κάμερα, σε περίπτωση που κάτι δεν πήγαινε καλά.
And I don't rehearse with actors because if you rehearse too much, then the actors don't listen to each other. And so I come from more method acting, Stanislavski, which is more about not acting and just really kind of actively listening to the other characters or the other actors that are in the scene with you. And it just keeps it, for me, it just keeps it more grounded. And more grounded.
Δεν θέλει να κάνει πρόβες με τους ηθοποιούς, γιατί έχει διδαχτεί τη τεχνική Στανισλάβσκι και τους πιστεύει ότι δεν ακούνε. Αν κάνουν πολλές πρόβες, μετά δεν ακούν ο ένας τον άλλον και τους θέλει να είναι γεωμένους, οπότε γι' αυτό δεν κάνει πρόβες. Okay, so what is your reaction when other directors ask from you to do rehearsals?
I do it, of course, because I'm not the director, I'm just an actor. I mean, I don't mean that in a derogatory way, I just mean when I'm working on someone else's film, I'm not directing. And I love it because I get to play and just be a character, and I'm not responsible. I'm not responsible for the project. So I love acting in that way. That it's not mine, and there I'm to serve the director and the vision of the director or the producer.
So sometimes happen the director asks from you to do several rehearsals?
Ask me to do what?
To do several rehearsals?
That's fine. I'll do that.
That's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Τη ρώτησα αν αυτή έχει ένα σκηνοθέτη και τη ζητήσει να κάνει πρόβες, πώς θα αντιδράσει και λέει κανένα πρόβλημα, θα κάνει ό,τι της πει ο σκηνοθέτης και το προτιμάει γιατί δεν έχει την ευθύνη της ταινίας, του γυρίσματος, αλλά ανταποκρίνεται μια χαρά. Κάποια ερώτηση, εσείς, do you have a question for Leslie from Canada? Παρακαλώ, Alexia, hold on.
I have a question. I want to congratulate you for the film and to tell you that I really loved the rhythm and the rhythm was amazing and it always keeps your attention, and how much human it is. It's so natural and so human. It's I really felt that I am, I'm so close, although I don't have something similar as in my life, but I came so much close to the characters, so I really appreciate it.
Thank you, I appreciate that, thank you. I'm actually really excited. I was in Barcelona and I went to Almeria in late September, October. I was at the Love and Hope Film Festival, and my next project is a Western set in 1873. And 1873. So it's the Wild Wild West, and it is called Soiled Dove, and it's a posse of women outlaws. So I kind of took the classic Western and turned it on its head. So instead of, strong men protecting ordinary citizens, it's a posse of women outlaws that ride out into the Wild West, and they rescue women and children from violence and oppression, and they repatriate them to this all-woman town called Soiled Dove. And it's kind of, I've been told, so it's kind of Quentin Tarantino in tone. It's dark humor, it's very funny, it's very bloody, it's classic kind of Western tropes. And I hope to shoot it in Almeria in the new year. So it looks good. Telefilm Canada and Ontario Creates are supporting the project, the script development.
How you have been connected with filmmakers in Spain, in Almeria?
I'm not
through the festival?
I met some filmmakers in Spain for sure at the Love and Hope Film Festival. Actually, I met two people in Almeria that I'll work with, who will work with my set designer, and I'm looking for maybe a producing partner in Spain, a production company in Spain, or it might come from some other place in Europe, but it's definitely going to be an international feature film.